Hi, I'm Lydia. Today, I decided to bake cookies for the first time. I had this dreamy idea in my head. Golden, round cookies, sweet aromas filling the kitchen, maybe even a little dusting of powdered sugar on top. I imagined myself as a professional baker, Alex cheering me on. But reality had a very different plan.
Wait, did you just drop the eggs on the floor?
Uh, maybe?
Maybe. There's egg everywhere, Lydia.
Okay, definitely everywhere. But it's fine, it's just a tiny mess.
Tiny? This is catastrophic.
I froze for a moment, staring at the egg-covered tiles. Then I started laughing, part nervous, part amused. I realized right away that my simple cookie adventure was going to be anything but simple. I peeked around the kitchen. Flour stacked in neat bags, sugar ready in its container, butter at room temperature. Everything seemed so perfect and innocent, and yet, just one dropped egg had turned it into a battlefield.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Of course. How hard can it be?
You literally just threw an egg on the floor.
Minor setback. Step 1 of my baking adventure, surviving egg attacks.
I took a deep breath and reminded myself, baking isn't just about cookies. It's about the process, the smells, the little chaos, and the laughs along the way. Maybe, just maybe, I could pull this off. I lined up all the ingredients: flour, sugar, butter, eggs, a pinch of vanilla, and a dash of salt. They looked innocent, like nothing could go wrong. But in my kitchen, even the most innocent ingredients could turn traitorous.
Are you really measuring that much sugar? That looks like a lot.
The recipe said generous. Maybe I took it too literally.
Generous or catastrophic?
Maybe a little of both. Sweet, but slightly alarming.
I scooped the flour, trying to be precise. It puffed up in the air like a tiny snowstorm and landed on my sleeves, my hair, even the counter. I sneezed. Powder flew everywhere.
Wow, you really are a snowstorm.
Perfect. Extra winter magic for my cookies.
I smiled, trying to focus. The butter was soft, smooth, and ready. I cut it into cubes and added it to the mixing bowl, thinking this was going well. Maybe this was the moment I would actually feel like a real baker.
Careful with the mixer. It's fast.
I've got this. Mostly. Maybe.
Mostly? That's not comforting.
Trust me, it'll be fine. Hopefully.
I turned on the mixer. The butter and sugar blended beautifully, creamy and smooth. My heart lifted. Finally, a small victory.
That actually looks good.
I know. I can't believe it's actually working.
Don't celebrate too early. You still have the eggs to deal with.
One by one, I added the eggs. The first two were fine, but the third, it slipped from my hand and splattered on the floor.
Lydia, the floor.
It's just part of the experience. Think of it as cookie seasoning.
Seasoning with egg, that's creative.
Exactly. Who needs a recipe when you have creativity?
I cracked another egg, this time slowly, whispering apologies to it as it joined the bowl. The dough was now sticky, soft and uncooperative. Every time I tried to stir, it clung to my fingers.
That dough is alive, I swear.
Maybe it just wants to be loved. Or baked.
It looks like it wants to escape.
Then we'll trap it in the oven.
I scooped a small amount of dough, trying to form cookies. Some looked decent, but most resembled tiny mountains more than anything edible. I laughed at the absurdity of it all. I continued scooping, but the dough refused to cooperate. It stuck to my fingers, my spoon, the bowl. Even a stray bit on the counter seemed alive.
Those don't look like cookies. They look weird.
I like to call them modern art cookies.
Modern art or disaster?
Both. It's an experimental batch.
Flour dusted the counter, sticky dough clung to my hands, and my apron was now completely coated in butter. I could have given up, but the chaos was too funny to quit.
You're a snowman covered in dough and flour.
A delicious-looking snowman, maybe.
I finally placed the cookies on the tray. They were lopsided, uneven, imperfect. But I felt a tiny spark of pride. I had made it this far. At that time, a knock sounded at the door. It was Mrs. Kim, my warm, kind neighbor. She always had a smile and a helpful word.
Hello, dear. How's the cookie adventure going?
Not great. The dough is winning.
Oh my. Let's see if we can tame it together.
She guided me gently, showing me how to scoop the dough correctly, space it evenly, and even shape the blobs into something that resembled a cookie.
Little scoops, not giant blobs. They'll bake more evenly.
Little scoops. Got it.
You're taking notes like a pro now.
Learning from the master. I'm taking mental notes for my next attempt.
The tray finally looked like cookies, not abstract art. I felt relief, and maybe a little pride. I slid the tray into the oven. The smell began filling the kitchen. Sweet, buttery, and slightly alarming. Every tick of the timer felt eternal.
That smell is intense.
Yes, either delicious or disastrous. Fingers crossed.
Do you think they'll burn?
I hope not, but I'm not making promises.
I watched the oven glass, imagining golden cookies. My heart raced. I was excited, nervous, and a little scared.
If these burn, we can always make a pancake breakfast instead.
Pancakes are safe, but they don't smell like cookies.
Ding. The timer rang. I opened the oven carefully. The cookies were uneven. Blackened on one side, golden on the other.
Oh, they're burnt on one side.
Slightly overcooked? Let's call it rustic style.
They still look good enough to eat.
Thanks. I think we'll survive this disaster.
We laughed at the imperfect cookies. I pulled one off the tray and took a bite. Crunchy outside, soft inside. Surprisingly delicious. The disaster had turned into a fun memory.
Honestly, these are the best cookies I've ever eaten.
Thanks. Next time, fewer disasters.
I'll be here to help next time, too.
Deal. More cookies, fewer eggs on the floor.
I realized something important today. Baking isn't about perfection. It's about trying, laughing, and sharing moments with friends. Even when things go wrong, there's joy in the process.
I'll never forget this baking adventure.
Neither will I. Next time, I'll try to make it a little less chaotic.
Even disasters can turn into sweet memories. Even mistakes can become moments worth remembering. I can't wait to bake again. Maybe with fewer eggs on the floor, but definitely with the same laughter. So, if you try something new today, don't worry about doing it perfectly. Laugh, learn, and enjoy the journey, because that's where the magic really happens.